first things first, then let's do the junior golf news. Ian, it's been fantastic weather, hasn't it, recently? So there's been thousands of competitions taking place over the last few weeks or so, hasn't there?
No, loads. I mean, funny enough, we had a chat, didn't we, before coming on air, and we were like, I don't know, we could do an hour just for the junior golf news. But no, it's not been good, has it, Steve? It's going to be a short section, this, I think.
Yes, the news section is probably going to be the shortest one that we've done. In fact, we aren't going to be covering any competition news. And actually, that's kind of deliberate as well, because we're going to be talking about fun golf today in the podcast. And fun golf, sometimes competition cannot be fun. It can be separated. I mean, it is fun at times. So we're not going to do any competitions. We're not going to talk about any competitions. We are going to talk about just one event, though, which is taking place in the news section. The England Golf, they've got a match coming up against Spain next month in April. They've named their squad, so it's a mixed team. It's an under-16s match. There are the 8 players who are going to be involved then. Takes place at La Galena Golf Resort in Valencia, April the 7th or April the 6th or 7th. So the players on that list then, I'm not exactly sure who's who on there, but I'll just read out the names who are going to be playing. So the girls who are going to be playing: Lauren Crump, Ellie Lichtenstein, Charlotte Norton and Annabelle Peaford. Some names there have been mentioned on many occasions on the podcast in recent weeks and months. And the boys: Alex Bowes, Josh Gardner. I know Josh is on the top right-hand corner. Actually, got to make a laugh there. Josh is took loads of photos of him over the weeks and years, and they've done well there, England Golf, to get a photo of Josh there, because he normally pulls a funny face when he hits a golf shot. So they've done well there to get a good photo of Josh. Frankie Morton and Charlie Rusbridge make up the squad. Actually, Charlie's playing really well this year. He's already won this year. He won on the Fado Elite Tour over in Portugal in January. Actually, a couple of Essex golfers there, so Essex must have a very strong up-and-coming boys team there, so well done to them. The performance director Stephen Burnett has said that this match is being used as an opportunity to give the younger players the chance to test their games against a really strong opposition. So best of luck to them when they play in Spain.
And I say as well, you just mentioned Fado Series. Very special friend of the podcast, Aaron Cox. His club, Blackwell Grange, is now going to be used as a qualifying event for the Fado Series Elite event. So congratulations to Aaron. Great job. I know he's got a good relationship with Matthew anyway. So and all the other clubs as well involved. I just saw that post from Blackwell Grange and thought I just wanted to give it a mention, because I know it very well. I'm up there at least once every single year to do the Blackwell Grange Pro-Am every year. There's about 140 odd golfers playing in it. It's a huge event. We think it's the largest Pro-Am that takes place in the northeast of England every single year. So great work again by Aaron Cox, a former, of course, England Golf Coach of the Year, or Young Coach of the Year.
Yeah, let's just clarify that, actually, because it's not an elite tour event with the Fado Series. They've really launched it this year, a Futures Tour. So they've got
That's it. Yeah.
Local qualifiers at various golf clubs across the country. I think they've got about 40 or 50 now set up. I know that the Warwickshire Golf Club is actually going to be the first one. I think it's on around about March the 29th, something around about that day, certainly late March. And then they pretty much got almost like one a day over the next, particularly over the Easter period. So all local qualifiers. Then they go through to a regional qualifier, which presumably will take place perhaps one in the Midlands, one up the Northeast, one in the Northwest, down south as well. And then the winners of that, or the better players within that, will then go through to a grand final, which takes place at the Belfry. And that coincides with the British Masters, which takes place, which of course, Sir Nick Faldo is the ambassador sponsor for that event. So hence the reason why they're trying to all tie it all in together. And they're all aimed all under 12. So anyone who's under the age of 12 plays in these competitions. As you well know, Ian, they have the Faldos have a junior tour, which generally speaking is up to the age of 18. Then they have what's the elite tour, and that's tends to be up to the age of 25. So they really are separating them, and it's very clever the way that they're doing it. So the way that the younger golfers to try and get them into the game, give them the opportunity to play. The slightly better players, the ones up to the 18, give them the opportunity to play in some world handicap qualifiers, and then those ones up to the age of 25 who good players, but giving them the chance to get Challenge Tour starts and Access Tour starts, Ladies European Tour starts as well. So really aiming at all the different age groups. So well done to Matthew Faldo, so Nick's doing a great job there. So
and Matthew, if you're watching, I'm still waiting for my invite to the grand final from last year, let alone this year.
Do you want me to tell you where I'm also going with the Faldo Series? In June. I'm going out to Latvia to cover their event over in Latvia
Very nice.
in June. So you never know, we might do a podcast on Latvian junior golf. Who knows?
I'm going to get in touch with Matthew, because if he needs a tea boy, I've always fancied going to Latvia. So
Right, that wraps up then the junior golf news. Like I say, not too much to cover this week, and the next podcast we're going to look ahead to the season, because we're going to be, as you well know, it's the Sunnydale Foursomes this week, which traditionally is the start of the golf season, as you well know, Ian.
It is, Steve. Yes, forget the Masters, it's all about the Sunnydale Foursomes. And actually, funny enough, we were there last year, weren't we? I was due to film there last year. It got rained off, of course. I'm not there
snowed
this
off,
year.
Not rain, was
snowed
it?
Off, yeah, it was snow, wasn't it? But I do know Andy Crooks up there, and I was talking to him yesterday. He's the official photographer. It came close. It came close to losing it yesterday as well, but I'm pleased to say it's going ahead.
Yes, good. So that's that. Hopefully, we might have some juniors who are doing very well in that. We'll see how they go on. But we'll for the news next time, in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to look ahead to the season and look ahead to some of those big events. Let you know where some of the big events are taking place. They are all on the Progress Junior Golf website if you do want to find out. So the Indian Championship, the Boys Championship, Girls Championship, Scottish, Welsh, Irish, all the big events taking place. They all are on there, but we'll do a proper preview in the next podcast. Right, that wraps up the news then.